Hey guys, it's been a while since I shot a video, but figured I'd shoot one since I'm halfway through this project. So what I bought a while back is this motor here. It is a War Twin 55 horse Johnson, or Evinrude. That's the cowling for it. And the guy said it was bad. Something was wrong with it. He was about a mile offshore. The motor started jumping around. It just got him home, and he was happy, and he just threw it in his shed. And a few months later, I ran into the guy, and he sold me the motor. So I've been hearing a lot about these motors. I've owned a couple a long time ago, but not at tiller. But what this is a 55 horse tiller that has a 70 lower unit on it. So I bought it, took it apart, pulled the head off, and realized I had a bad head, bad piston. Something horrible went wrong. I thought it was the reed block. Might have broke. I thought some reeds flew inside the piston. I found some pieces of metal in there, and I didn't know what the hell they were, and tried to chase it down, and realized for what I paid for it and what it is, I could probably part it out. But I just kept it, threw it in the back, figured it'll be a side project. Kept looking around for Evinrudes and Johnsons, and just looking for a power head. And everybody was just asking too much money for these old motors. So I was doing some work with some guy. He told me to come to his house, pick up some stuff out of his yard, and in the corner he had a complete 60 Evinrude, which is the same block. And I asked him what's up with it, and he's like, it's been sitting in my yard for a couple of years, it works, I just don't have any boat for it. If you wanted, I'd sell it to you. So I gave him a few bucks for it. And the only thing that was wrong with it is the tilt lever is kind of real stiff, and I can't even pull it. I literally have to hammer it to get it loose. Compare this one to that one. So what I was going to do is just pull the tiller arm off of this one, throw it on this one, and just convert the pull start, throw the cowling on it. It'll just be a cool motor. But this just kept bothering me, because if you're out there and you hit some shallow waters and you want to pick your motor up, you're stuck. You have to hammer that thing. Plus this motor is a little crusty. It's not the prettiest. It's probably a 30-year-old motor, a 1980s 40-year-old motor. So I went ahead and just started tearing the power head apart. I figured I'd just swap power heads, and I'm gonna have to swap the reed block on it. Carbs are already here, because the reason I'm doing that is this reed block, or the intake manifold, I guess is what it is. Yeah, it's the intake manifold, which is the reed block, just all the reeds are on it. Is a little different because you can put the recoil start connects to it. But other than that, everything's different. I think the carbs, I'm not really sure if the carbs are the same size or not. I'll check these numbers here. It might just be different, these numbers. It might just be different jets, but I already have a set of carbs. I'm just going to clean them and put them on this one. And we'll see if the drive shaft has got the same spline on it or not. If not, I have the lower unit that came with this one. So I'll just go ahead and slap it on there. But pulling this one, a lot of these bolts were rusted. So I had to literally cut the block bolts. Some of them were like super rusted. I couldn't even get a wrench on them. so I had to cut them. I just grinded them out. Figured I'd pull the block, but some of these bolts were rusted on there real good. They're not rusted, they're just corrosion inside there, old grease and stuff. So I pulled most of them out, but the one that gave me problems, so I had to just cut the midsection, put up a plumber's wrench on it, and just torque it off of there. These are the other ones that came out. Most of them came out easy. One of them wasn't really stuck on there any good. A lot of heat. A lot of took me about a day of disassembling this block. So I'm going to start disassembling the other one. The other one looks like it's been lubed up over the years and taken care of, so it's not as crusty as this one. But all I'm worried about is the block. I pulled a compression check on it at the guy's house. It pulled 130 on both, or 120, I don't remember exactly, but it was good compression. So what I'm going to do is clean this up, maybe put a coat of paint on it, swap it over, swap out whatever needs to be swapped. I might swap this the flywheel over. This flywheel is just dirty. They're the same flywheels. This one's a lot cleaner. So what I'm going to do is, I pulled all the electronics off of that one before I pulled it off, because it's going to be a whole, this one was just a remote motor, so the whole electronics is going to be a different setup. So I'm going to set them next to each other, pretty much pull everything off of that one, put it on this one after I get done cleaning it up. Whatever needs to be taken off of that one's going to be put on this one. Flywheel, I'll go over the electronics a little bit. A couple of things are going to have to get changed. This lever is going to get changed because the tiller, the throttle linkage attaches here through a bolt on the other one, so they're going to get changed. The lead block or the intake manifold, I'm going to check if this size is a little different. I might take the other intake manifold to a machine shop and tell them to just size it to this one, and this way I gain an extra 5 horsepower out of the power head. And I looked up the tuner on them, the exhaust manifold, everything's the same. I didn't look into the carbs just because I already have a set of carbs. It's useless. And then I'll just figure out my choke. Just pull the choke off of that one. That one was rigged, so I'll have to figure out how to get the choke going. I might just buy a choke assembly online and just put it on here. And this way I'll just have a badass 60 horse tiller ready for the water. I'll let you guys I'll keep you guys updated, and I'm just gonna go ahead and keep tearing this block. I just need to pull the 8 bolts off the block and yank it off. Alright, keep you guys in mind. Thank you.